So, where do we go with this? It's such a tough one. I'm really not quite sure. Honestly, I want to throw the seat on. I want to throw the tank on. I want to sell it as a project. I'm kind of done with it. It's been here a long time. I can't do the fine tuning. It needs to have its air filters on, I think, and then it needs someone who just understands them a little bit more than me. I'm quite happy to put this up as a project. It's probably what, £1,250, £1,500 as a project. It actually starts and runs and rides, you see, you know, but it's just not happy on the bottom end. It might need its air filters. I might have another play with it tomorrow with the air cones on with a bit of restriction and see if it just feels a touch happier. But overall, I just can't do the fine tuning work on it. Yep, alright. This is it. I think today is the big day. New tyre there. Someone was asking if the spare was good. The spare is good, but it's a space saver. That's why I didn't put it on. I'm going to have to jack the car up, take the wheel off, take the wheel and the spare to a local tyre place, get them to switch it over. That should cost only 20 quid. The tyre was 40 or something. And then I need to take the window wipers and get new blades put on that. And then that's it. I'll be taking this to the local MOT place just up the road to see if it passes MOT. Then I'll be ordering specialist products to try and get more colour out of the bumpers. I mean, this one, look, this is now 2 weeks and I put it on twice quite thick. Look how it fades. You can see the fade. So that one's really bad. That one's quite an expensive one and all. It was 20 quid. It is this one. It's turtle wax wet and black. I wonder if it says so UV protection. I mean, it can't offer much UV protection because it doesn't last 2 weeks. To be fair, it doesn't tell you it would stay for a while. A shame though, because this is the kind of product you'd use before selling, and then it's kind of not fair on the other guys, is it? It did better on here. It did better on there. I need a kind of list of what to do, but MOT is first, as in tyre, window wiper blades, and then MOT. So I'm going to get under this car, I'm going to jack it up, I'm going to take the wheel and the spare with me in my car, and I'm going to take the wiper blades. I don't actually know, I've never quite worked out how to take the blade off the arm. So it's something that's always... never managed it. I'm going to work it out. It'll be a simple clip, won't it? It'll be push this clip in or something, or push this clip out. I'm going to work it out, but I need to take them blades with me to the local car shop, get new ones because it makes sense. And then actually we're kind of we're good, really. We're back to being able to try this MOT. So after a fair amount of running around, I'm going to put a tiny bit of petrol treatment in it just to give it a chance. We've got the new blades there, and of course we've got the new tyre on there like that. Great, and it's held its air, always good. So I'm going to chuck that back on, and yeah, good. We'll go from there. Hope there's no issues, hopefully, from there. New window wipers on, put that on, put it down, warm it up, put a bit of fuel treatment in. And then eventually I want to go and get some high octane good fuel, because the fuel in there, I know the car was sitting months. That will help a little bit, but I need to put some good fuel in. My actual local petrol station just closed down a month ago. It's horrendous, really. The next closest is pretty far. It looks like it might be being rebuilt, but not sure. Okay, let me get this done, and then yeah, I'm going to be driving this up in an attempt to get an MOT. Look how nice and clean it looks back there now. Looks brand new. As far as I'm aware, we're up to scratch. Let me just check that they are good, them wipers. I've got window wiper fluid. We have horn. Yep. Yeah, look at that. Yep, I'm happy with that. Okay. So, I guess it's warm it up, jump in and go, actually. I can't think of it. I checked all the lights yesterday. I think we just need to do it and see if anything's not right. We'll give them a few pounds to get it done. Got a nice car sitting there that someone will love, so let's get it out there. And then I'll order the good back to black stuff, and we'll do some of the fine tuning. Cool. That's the plan. I'm kind of out of here, really. Oh, let me go and have a piss first, though. You know how I say I get nervous about the MOTs for bikes? Cars is even worse, because even though I've been using this place for 20 years, they don't really know me like the guys know me at the bike places. To be fair though, I see these guys, he did recognise me, but I see these guys 3 times a year, because I do my sister's car, and my dad used to have his own car as well, so 3 times a year. But bikes I do maybe 8 a year, don't I? So yeah, so waiting for that to pass is more nerve-wracking than when I'm waiting on bikes. Plus the mechanic's not there again. So I'm gonna have a little bit of a walk, and I'm gonna have a lunch, and we'll see where we go from there. Sadly, we failed on emissions. On emissions only, which only sounds a bit silly, but the thing is, it's passed emissions tests for 30 years with no issues, and then it was sitting for 8 months. I don't really know where to go. I've just put in some high premium fuel, because actually the fuel in it is the fuel that was sitting for 8 months. So I've put in a lot. I put in 25 pounds worth, which is 15 litres, to mix with the other fuel. I've put in a bit of fuel treatment. I'll put a little bit more of that in. And then, I don't know, new spark plugs maybe? I'm not sure if I did these last time or if I just cleaned them. I can't remember. But he says give the carb a clean, but a car carb, I have no idea how to do a car carb. I'm going to have a look. I'm going to get in there and see if anything's obvious. Also, the revs are hanging. And because the revs are hanging, they're trying to do the idle emissions test higher than it was. So I'm going to get under here and see if there's anything I can do. I might try a new oil and new spark plugs as well, but carb clean is probably the #1 call here. Also, rev the engine. The thing is, it needs a good run on a motorway. It needs to power itself through and clean itself out. But you can't take it on the motorway until we've got an MOT. So, I'm not going to pretend I know what I'm talking about, because I don't. But this is the big old carb on the car. Now, they said the throttle cable was too tight, causing revs. Now, I disagree. I think it was more likely to be something to do with the choke system. But if I wonder if that's the air fuel mixture screw there. I'm going to loosen this up, 12 or 13, and see if we take the pressure off. I'll fire the engine up now, and we'll see if literally the engine revs drop. So you're on the stand now. So this is the throttle cable. If I pop this off, the cable will go forward if it is in fact pulling. Let's see. Let's turn the engine on. Although revs there are fairly low, really. don't get why they didn't just do that. Why they didn't just lower it a touch. I'm gonna go a touch up on it though, just for my peace of mind. Tiny bit there and there, because I don't want it to be at its absolute lowest. That definitely sounds bare to me. At this stage, they're doing emissions tests on idle, right? Wow, lots of suction pipes. So I'm thinking, is that the air fuel screw? That could actually just be the base idle, couldn't it? And the base idle is okay right now. So there is slacking the cable now. Okay. Let's start with the basics. So we've lowered the revs, which means it might be a bit gentler through emissions. And I've put some high octane fuel in and some cleaner, okay? And I've given it a bit of a rev and an idle, and I've revved it hard. That could be a start. New spark plugs, maybe. I'm going to pop one, just check. I don't know if I changed them already last time. I feel like I did, but I will check again. 4 new spark plugs, not the end of the world. They might just burn a bit better. Other than that, I'm not quite sure what more we can do. There is no information about this carb online at all, and I have no idea how you even get this carb off where it sits. Not a clue, guys. The throttle mechanism pulls on the rear up here, that pushes down here. I think that's a choking mechanism. I think it's just spraying in a bit more fuel. I don't know where the jets are. I don't know what I can spray down here, or if there's any point spraying anything down there. I just don't know where to go with it. The engine sounded great without an air filter, which was amazing.
3 hours later.
So after a long day of back and forwarding, it passed. New spark plugs and some high octane, some premium fuel, and I ran it for a long time, and I revved it as if I was on a motorway, and you know, because it's been sitting 9 months, guys. It hasn't really ran for 9 months. So yeah, I had to run it a lot today and just get that new fuel through, and yeah, it passed. And also it passed dramatically. The emissions went down big time. Look at the wheels. Look how nice they're looking with their caps. So I'm going to order some good back to black stuff. I'm going to heat this up tomorrow. I need to heat that up to try and get it back in place, push it down, and then use some black silicone which I've bought for any of these edgings that aren't right. There's a bit over there as well, and it's just tiny bits of touching up now, and then it's going to be advertised. It's not in perfect condition. It's got little nibs here and there, little touching up, little dent there, but it's an actual functioning driving car. It's done 190,000 kilometers, so what, 140,000 miles. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. Love it.